It started as something as small, a way to unwind, to have more fun. But before I know it, nicotine wasn't just a habit. It literally run my entire life. Every decision, every moment somehow rolled around the next fix. And I couldn't understand how I ended in this spot. I was just a lost kid back then, didn't know what to do in his life. I was literally living like a leaf, going around in the wind randomly. But at least I had good things in my life. I was an athlete in this point, constantly practicing for two sports at the same time, sleeping like meticulously and doing everything I can for this career. That was the only thing which made me happy back then, but the same thing ruined my life every single day too. I was just a 14-year-old at this point and literally I had no time for myself. 8 hours gone to sleep, 8 hours gone to sports, and 8 hours to go to school or other unnecessary activities that I have to do in my life. And it helped me to not feel like a lost kid, but I wish I had more time with that. And I if I wish something, it will probably achieve. One day I went back to the school, which I didn't like for sure, and stumbled upon a group of friends of mine. They were talking about something called cigarettes, which I didn't understand because they don't smoke. They're athletes just like I did, but it seems like they tried their first cigarette and they hype in a thing called dizziness so much. I got curious like crazy because I didn't know. First, dizziness thing makes you relax. Second, I need the relaxation. So I immediately rushed to the nearest shopping mall. I didn't care. I'm not gonna wait for a second for their talks. I'm just gonna try that on my own. I entered the building, give my last $10, which I was gonna use it for the lunchtime, but relaxation was worth for everything. As soon as I get the pack with such happiness, I opened one, put it in my mouth and light it immediately, but I was kind of disappointed because I was coughing like crazy. This tastes is bad, smells bad. I didn't understand why I spent $10 either. I'm starving to death, but after 5 minutes, everything literally paid off. My head was constantly turning around, my body's feeling numb, and I literally have to cross my legs and just sit in the pavement. Because my head was turning around like crazy, I didn't even care about the danger or anyone passing by. Because that was the feeling I'm missing and exactly I need. I wasn't thinking about 8 hours exercise at this point. I was thinking about that tobacco stick, how lovely it was, my friends were right, and so many positive things about that. This moment will be a moment which is gonna take everything from away from me. Nicotine does do its trick and started to hijack me. And I find myself smoking wherever I go. Whether I was on a date, on a football match with my friends, or about to go to cinema, it didn't matter. I literally make myself sure to light one single cigarette before that. Yes, I repulsed a lot of people because, as I told you, it smells like bad and you lost so many money into this, but I didn't matter. I want to be relaxed so much because I was a busy athlete who kind of lost in his life as well. But I paid so many heavy prices for that relaxation. You know, I had a lovely girl back then, which we were about to marry in 3 months, but as soon as she noticed, she literally just stayed away from me, saying who wants a husband who smokes constantly and poisons his children. That literally destroyed and shattered my heart. And that wasn't the only thing. Right now I was constantly smelling like bad, terrible, although I was using the most quality perfumes and mouthwashes. It didn't matter. People didn't want to be around me because of that. And I spent $10,000 at this point. I could literally buy so many cars with that and do whatever I want, but instead I give every cash of mine to Philip Morris and the other big tobacco. But that was the exact plan for sure. They made me to end up like a helpless slave, a helpless person who doesn't know anything in his life, then just spend this $10 to suppress the cravings, to suppress the emotions he got in his life. But I was more than that. I know that, but no, I wasn't. I was far worse from that. And they know this. They know this so well. That's why they spreaded so many propaganda with doctors, addiction gurus, or even non-smokers. That's why they add in so many chemicals into this perfect thing they craft for 200 years. They could write on the packet smoking kills. It doesn't matter. They literally controlling our heads. I mean, just look around you. There's countless movie scenes and ads about if your favorite character smokes all the time. Whether he's sad or having a good time in his life, he always makes sure he has this tobacco stick. And what a surprise, we ended up in the same situation. We fell in the exact moment that our favorite character ends up then we light the cigarette. But that's just the 50% of the game. Other 50% is literally spreading the propaganda by real people. I mean, how many times you heard smoking makes you relax, cool, attractive, or even some people say depressed? It's nothing more than a mess. You could clearly see when we're having this discussion with you. But there's so many smokers or even non-smokers saying at this point and spreading the propaganda of big tobacco. That's actually their words, not us, but it made to stick into us. The game they play on us much more bigger than we realize. Even we having this discussion with you, there's literally billions of cigarettes produced to already poison the world. There's even secession tools like billions of times so they could create amazing industries from our addictions. But I'm not gonna allow that anymore. I'm literally not gonna allow that. Because how humiliating and bad to be in a situation which get used as a cash cow. I mean, I was there. It wasn't a good situation to be in, but they literally made me to do so. I ended up feeling a victim for so many years, but I'm not gonna allow that the same thing is gonna happen for another one. I'm gonna make myself sure every smoker quit on this planet so those companies could go bankrupt and stop poisoning mankind for profits. And if you wanted to quit smoking, there's a link in the description to book a call so we can make this reality. This is I2, and I know you're gonna make it.